The mistake allowing a Texas mass shooter to buy guns was not an isolated incident. That's the word from the Air Force after discovering dozens of other times it failed to report criminal convictions to the FBI. Patrick Terpstra from our Washington bureau has more on why the military has struggled to keep guns out of the wrong hands.
5 years before he killed 26 people in a Texas church, a military court found the shooter guilty of assault because it was domestic violence that should have marked him ineligible to buy guns in the FBI background check database, but the Air Force never reported his conviction. Retired Colonel Kevin Boyle is a former military judge advocate.
Everybody I've worked with, personally does take this seriously, but I know there are lapses throughout, a very big system of hundreds of thousands of people.
The Air Force just discovered dozens of other criminal convictions mistakenly never reported. 2 Air Force task forces are now going through 60,000 criminal cases dating back to 2002 to see if they have been properly submitted to the background check system. We found none of the armed forces could say how many cases are sent to the FBI. The only limited information made available to the public shows just one person barred from getting guns because of domestic violence in the military.
Domestic violence, sexual assault is all a very high priority in the military as far as investigation and prosecution. It's just in this case, and probably some other cases, that the final piece of paperwork is not completed.
A difference in definitions may bear some of the blame. Federal law says anyone guilty of misdemeanor domestic violence should not be able to buy a gun, but there is no such thing as domestic violence in military law. There also is no difference between a felony and a misdemeanor in military courts, where a crime is a crime. After the Texas shooting, the Defense Department Inspector General announced a review of how all cases from the military are reported to the FBI.
My suspicion is that every service has the same problems. So this is a Department of Defense-wide investigation.
Lawmakers are considering a bill that would require the military to certify that cases are actually reported to the FBI to prevent anyone else from buying guns who should have been banned.
There could be people just like this who have serious mental health issues, who've demonstrated serious tendencies towards violence, who should not be allowed to obtain a weapon.
The Air Force told us it discovered a lack of procedures for making sure names got put into the background check system. Now, when cases are closed out, they must include either a printout or screen grab proving they've been submitted to the FBI. Reporting in Washington, Patrick Terpstra, Scripps News.